Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. It's PCSRA Blue Hedgehog 26. Hopefully you guys are doing wonderful today. Welcome to this week's edition of PCSRA Weekly. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, if you see on the title of the video, it says, in memory of Dougan. Ladies and gentlemen, Dougan, a St. Louis Blue fan, lost her battle with cancer and died last week, and we want to send our condolences to her family and friends. So it's a very sad day in the Blues community, and, we're all thinking about her, so yeah. Before you guys start commenting in the chat, please take note of the description down below so that way you all know what is expected of you. I'm trying to make sure nothing gets stolen. I'm not going to steal anybody's line. I mean, I'm going to try to do my best to not do that. Have it right out of the fucking gate. We're having bad connection. Right out of the fucking gate. So come on, you dumbass phone. How is it a very bad connection? Thank you very much. Hello, Mr. Kyle Langland. As for some reason, my phone is being a quote-unquote jerk. I don't know what is up with the connection, but it's starting to piss me off. Okay, let's see if it can calm down. Hello, Mr. Red Hedgehog Cody Smart. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Sorry about the connection. I don't know what is up with my phone. It's my phone. It's got to be my phone. There's no freaking excuse why it would be something else. So, yeah. Anyway, today's episode of PCSRA Weekly, we're going to recap. We got a lot of things to discuss. Oh, boy. I'm going to give you a recap of Interlagos, a recap of Phoenix, my thoughts on this Dallas scandal with the NFL, which I think, that's kind of boyish, if you ask me. But let me fix this connection first. If it fixes it. Come on. Oh, it fixed it. Thank God for that. Jesus Christ, this phone. So anyway, recap. So we'll recap YouTuber. In fact, I need to do this. Give me 1 second. There. All done. Yep. So yeah. So again, So we're going to start off this Monday's edition of PCSRA Weekly by recapping the... what should I recap first? I'll go ahead and recap a controversy... or actually not... Actually, I'll hold Phoenix off. Let's recap Interlagos to start off this Monday's edition of PCSRA Weekly. And oh my god, the start was nothing but a holocaust, if you ask me. So, the start, Daniel Ricciardo got spun, took out 3 drivers, and while the safety car boards came out, Roman Grosjean freaking hit Esteban Ocon for no apparent reason. I also need to add Cody as a moderator, so that way it's all good. Yeah. Lost control, took out Ocon, which later they gave Roman Grosjean a 10-second time penalty, which, quite frankly, he deserved it because he's the moron that ran into Ocon. So, according to the stewards, the race was pretty much went boring the rest of the way. Yes. Which, that's pretty much how it's summed up so far. And at the end of the race, Sebastian Vettel if Brazil was 2 weeks ago, they would have ended up closing in on this title hunt, if you ask me. If Brazil was 2 weeks ago, it could have been a different outcome for the championship. So, but unfortunately, the championship battle was already been decided at Mexico, which that's really sucky. But Sebastian Vettel ended up winning the Brazilian Grand Prix. Felipe Massa in what would be his final Brazilian Grand Prix came home in the 8th position. And talk about he's a guy that's in tears right now. You know, last year he crashed out of his home race, and this year he finishes top 10. So not a bad job, and now he's going into his final race as a full-time driver, knowing that his career will end in 2 weeks at the Yas Marina circuit in Abu Dhabi. So that will be something fun to look forward to. So, yeah. So, yeah. Don't think I have anything else as far as F1's concerned. So, next week, of course, I'll just tell you guys this. Next week, we'll recap Homestead, and we'll look ahead to Yas Marina for anyone for you asking. So, like I said, the weekly show is a lot different than the podcast. All because I have one more race to do, so yeah. And by the way, just throwing a little disclaimer, screw you New Zealand TV, because you got throbbed again by the Blue Hedgehog. Nobody stops the Blue Hedgehog, especially when I do reactions. Ha 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 ha. You stupid jerk. Referring to New Zealand TV. Because I've had a couple of my races taken down because New Zealand TV is such a... I mean, seriously. Can I at least go one bleep? Are you fucking kidding me? You stupid ass phone. Can I not go one show without a connection problem? Saying, it's a bad connection, wah, wah, wah. By the way, the YouTuber has been given a technical foul. Okay, this makes no bleeping sense. I have 3 bars, and I'm... Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's up with this phone, but anyway. Not gonna recap Phoenix because I really don't give a... well, let's see. Truck Series, I don't want to talk about because I did not watch the truck race. And Johnny Sauter won, so that's a good way to sum her up. Xfinity, I only watched a little bit. Not happy a Cup driver won, even though it was a rookie. I don't know who won the Xfinity race, but I don't care. The Cup race was disappointing. Because Matt Kenseth won because I freaking hate JGR, and Chevrolet has been eliminated from the Cup title. I'm not going to predict who my champion is going to be in the Cup Series because it's frankly going to be, well, if there's one person I'd rather win the title, it would be Harvick in Cup. I don't care about the other 3. I don't care if Harvick wins the title, as long as it's not Kyle Busch, I'm fine. And I don't care who wins and all that, yada, yada, yada. So, yeah, that's basically how I'd sum up. I pick Harvick to win the Cup title. If Harvick wins the Cup title, I don't want anybody else I don't want Logano winning. So, yeah. But anyway, moving on to not a lot of top story news in the world. But, yeah. That makes you happy, yep. Definitely that makes Kyle happy. I bet the one person that wasn't happy of me picking Kevin Harvick to win would probably be Reagan Whitlock, because he does not want Harvick to win. And guess what? Reagan Whitlock's a Harvick hater. Yeah. That's why I don't send a link to Reagan Whitlock, because he's a Harvick hater. So, yeah, so... Homestead is pretty much going to be a boring race as usual. I mean, what's the point of me just doing picks for Homestead when I know it's going to be a boring freaking race. And, you know, they need to have a better location for a championship. Homestead is just not... In fact, here's my little problem with NASCAR lately. Oval racing, boring as hell. Road course racing, better with me, as far as I'm concerned. So, speaking of road course racing, Tony Stewart is talking about running a few road course races for 2018. So that will be interesting to hear about that in a second ride. So we'll see how that's going to play out. But this news that just came out 5 minutes ago, I bet a lot of people did not see this coming. The NFL is trying to banish, listen to this, Jerry Jones of the Dallas Cowboys. According to NewYork.com, that they could banish him because of all the controversy deals, and including also remarks after Papa John's was threatening the NFL to leave. Now, here's my problem as far as the Roger Goodell part. First of all, he's such a jerk. Let me just point that out. Nice way for me to point it out to him. Second off, you know, you're the one, referring to Roger Goodell, is not doing your job. You think you're doing your job well, and you think, I don't have to talk about the national anthem. Well, let's see. When you had players that have lost sponsorships do this stupid kneeling crap, and then Jerry Jones saying that every Cowboy that takes a knee would be kicked off the team, when you clearly lied to us and took a knee, Jerry Jones. You are such a, quote, disgrace to this country. So, that's a good way for me to put it in nice layman terms. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section your reaction about the topic I just brought up. So, yeah. Let's see. Tampa Bay won, but I wish we would have scored more than 15 points. I'm a little disappointed we didn't score. Well, we only scored one touchdown, and the rest were bleeping field goals. That's just really disappointing, if you ask me. So, yeah, I'm not going to do picks for Homestead because, you know, because I have a bad feeling it's going to be, let's see, Cup driver winning an Xfinity. Wonderful. Other than Christopher Bell, there's like nobody for the Truck Series to cheer for, to be quite honest with you. I mean, I'll be happy if Bell wins a championship. I'll be unhappy if Crafton wins, because I do not want Matt Crafton to win. I think the Cup Series, with the Cup Series, if it's anybody, then everybody except Harvick. If Harvick wins the title, I'll be okay with it. But if it's anybody else that's not Harvick, I will probably be a little upset. So, yeah. And, hopefully they get rid of this 5-minute damage clock, because I think that's what's ruining the races. And I don't like the stages, because, you know, it's like NASCAR has turned all of a sudden to the freaking NHL is what my concern is. So, yeah. Unfortunately for Kyle Langland, his team lost again to the Bears. But we did have a coach that got fired over the weekend. Yes, the University of Tennessee has fired Butch Jones. Am I surprised about that? The answer is a definite no. I'm not surprised he got fired. And to be honest with you, he deserved to be fired. Referring to Jones. Butch Jones. Oh, for goodness sakes of my grandmother. But anyway, you know, I mean, Butch has not done great ever since he became the head coach. And finally, you know, Tennessee can finally go search for a coach that's not going to be crappy, if you ask me. So, as far as I'm concerned. Please ignore the noise in the background. That's not from me. That's a stupid reef blower that won't shut the hell up. Excuse me. That was a worse belch. Of course, Oklahoma won. As I gotta fix the TV, because I don't like the damn blurriness. No. You mother wanker. Hold on, I gotta fix the TV. Okay. TV's fixed because I screwed it up. Might need to change the brightness level. Because I don't like it. So, yeah. Basically, you know, that's pretty much what I'm gonna say. I may boycott and not do NASCAR recaps of Homestead. So, yeah. But, of course, next Monday will be the last time you'll hear me talk about NASCAR, because after that, you'll be hearing me talk about other racing, which I think you guys will more than likely be satisfied. Okay, that's a bit better. So, yeah. I heard rumors that, they're definitely trying to banish Jerry Jones. You know, I mean, do you want Jerry Jones to be your boss? Because, I mean, Jerry Jones hasn't done squat ever since the, ever since Dallas won, I think, their last Super Bowl title. They haven't done crap since. But, yeah. Now, I hate to say this to the YouTuber, and unless a miracle happens, I don't think Oklahoma State, regardless what happens this weekend, I don't think Oklahoma State will be playing in the Big 12 title game. I think Oklahoma State might be mathematically eliminated. Because I just don't think Oklahoma State has a good chance to make it. And of course, they're already eliminated from the So, yeah. So, unfortunate for Oklahoma State fans, it looks like it will not be a Bedlam Big 12 title game. More than likely, it's going to be TCU versus Oklahoma for the Big 12. And, of course, if Oklahoma wins, they would, of course. But remember, TCU has the tiebreaker on the Cowboys because TCU beat the Cowboys. Of course, if TCU is tied with OU, of course, OU wins the tiebreaker. They would be the number 1 seed. So, yeah. I don't know about any of you guys, but I know Oklahoma State will definitely not be a contender to win the Big 12. Ow. God, I got hit with an RKO. That was a malicious sledgehammer hit. So, yeah. But yeah. Anywho. Yeah. Also, I have decided to encumber my points that I've gotten from the NLA podcast because, I mean, what's the point? If you know what I mean. So, yeah. Do you guys have any questions you want to ask me regarding about those statements I mentioned? I mean, because like I said, Harvick, I don't mind winning the title. It's just the other three I do not like. And of course, NASCAR gets to come to an end, but guess what? We still have one F1 reaction, so yeah. So, other than that, I think we don't have anything else to mention. Wow, let's just run the back of this. So yeah. 5 straight innings of no runs in my game. Wonderful. Anyway. But yeah, I think that might, that loss that the Cowboys got against Oklahoma, I think that might be all she wrote for Oklahoma State's Big 12 championship hopes. Because they need a, quote, miracle if they want to make the Big 12 title game, which the chances of that happening is slim to none. Because I think that just might be, quote, icing on the cake. Because, I mean, while the YouTuber says, we might have a prayer chance, I don't think you're going to have a prayer chance, especially when you've already lost to OU and TCU, the two teams that are in conversation to be at Texas. So I think Oklahoma State will be mathematically eliminated. Because what they're trying to hope for is OU gets 2 losses. The chances of that happening is not going to happen because, of course, we're all going to be Kansas. But, and plus, we own the tiebreaker on the Cowboys because we won, and TCU also owns the tiebreaker on the Cowboys because Oklahoma State lost to TCU. So, if you throw those parties into conspiracy, I think Oklahoma State will not. And Oklahoma State hasn't won the national title since 1945. Of course, they think they're the best when it comes to football, when clearly that's not the case. Yeah, because who has more wins than Oklahoma State? OU, because OU has won more games than Oklahoma State combined, as far as I'm concerned. So, I mean, at the end of the day, and please ignore the deal in the background, and I know the YouTuber is like, well, that's not true, because we were in the, Yeah, but when you lose to Iowa State, yeah. I mean, first of all, they should have lost to Iowa State, first of all. So, yeah. I'm trying to think what else I need to say. Sorry, that little fan's starting to annoy me. The one outside. So if you're hearing a lawnmower outside, that's... So, yeah. But, yeah. So, that's all I'm going to say about that as far... Wait, let me see. Yeah. It's an all-sport competition, but there's more bragging rights on the line. I know Oklahoma... Yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, Oklahoma State should have lost Iowa State. That would have been icing on the cake for their playoff hope, well, for their championship hopes. So, yeah. Yeah, my mom's watching her days, so yeah. So, oh, there goes everybody. Snake. Snake. Yeah. Ow. But anyway. So, I think that might be it, folks. If there's anything you want to add to all the topics I've discussed, please tell me in the chat. I think I missed a coin. But, yeah. I mean, definitely turn this weekly show into a talk show. Oh, few announcements I want to mention about the stream for Friday. I don't think there will be a Friday night football. I probably am going to scrap the videos for the New Orleans Bowl and yada yada yada, because I don't think doing it on YouTube is going to be a great idea, because I'm worried I'm going to get a bleeping copyright strike. So yeah. So, and of course I have other things I need to record, like, you know, race 17, which I haven't confirmed where we're going, and I don't know if Batingas is going to be a good track for a appropriate race, because my problem with that racetrack is, can it hold 42? That's my first problem. So, well, I don't know if there's any, but anyway. So, yeah. I mean, you know. So, yeah. Also, I'm going to make a new rule for broadcasting, and unless you say the word, unless it's otherwise, and the otherwise part is this: if I have not confirmed, okay, I'm going to come back to this room later. I was like it when you open the door, it doesn't. Oh, schnitzel pie. I almost got detected. Ooh, this guy's got shiny. I gotta rob him. Ooh. So. Yeah. But anyway. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up since this is getting a kind of bit boring, and I do apologize for this. So, yeah. But before we go, a few things I just want to point out. My schedule is going to be announced as far as the Hell's Kitchen episode number 7 reactions, as far as that's concerned. Because I don't know about my work schedule, and of course, I've had a few complaints from the guests as far as next year's concerned, and I may not be with Harkins maybe next year, and I may have to terminate their contract as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah. And, yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching this week's edition of PCSRA Weekly. I do apologize if it got kind of boring, but nobody really seemed to give a bleep about this stream, except me. Well, and also Kai. Also, you know, a lot of people care about it. Yeah. Thank you guys a lot for joining me for this week's edition of PCSRA Weekly. Again, our condolences with Ari Dougan and her family. She will definitely be missed, and, you know, may she rest in peace, and, just a sad day for the blues community, so, yeah, so far. Next week on PCSRA Weekly, we'll recap, a dreadful Homestead weekend. I will not give you my final thoughts of the racing season until after the Abu Dhabi reaction, after the recap of Abu Dhabi. So, yeah. So, next week on PCSRA Weekly, recap of Homestead. Look ahead to Abu Dhabi. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah. That's it for today. And remember, we'll be back next week. And remember, if it's Monday, it's PCSRA Weekly. I will see you guys next week.